Well, later tonight, a November snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
They start the drive with Cook. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Cook. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. To throw, Cousins.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in, and run them.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is?
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The Vikings at 9-1 on the year. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
And, partner, to me, this is a team that no matter what the matchup, they are up for the fight. They are really suited for the postseason the way they're playing right now, and I would not want to face them come playoff time.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Cousins. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We're scoreless after 1. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Back to throw now on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. And down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen.
Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket, try to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Cousins. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
He's got some room to operate.
Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Cousins. Being chased out left. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On play action, they'll throw.
That pass complete to Moore. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Thomas has it.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On second down now. It's Wright, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They go play action here on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked by Cameron Bynum.
He's at the 50.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Following the interception, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. But gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Panthers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marginal of yardage against them.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Panthers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
First down, here's Cousins. Flush to his right.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On second down, it's Cook again.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Cousins to throw it. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on. That last pass might be one he remembers, Charles. He's now over 40,000 career passing yards.
And just think of the evolution of the passing game in the NFL. 40,000 at one time was unthinkable. No one thought anyone would ever get there. Now, how many guys...
Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson from 19 yards away. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the field goal, on to kick it away is Piñeiro. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times, and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you would expect the ball to be in the air. But his ability to break off those types of runs, you can get big chunk plays on the ground.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Now for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, They wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive? Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Cousins on first down. Here's a diving catch right side.
2nd and 8.
Cousins now setting up the screen for Cook.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Play action now. Cousins. Flushed out right. And avoids the contact by sliding. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Cook again.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. It's right. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Up the middle they go. Right. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest right down at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw is Cousins. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. They'll throw again. Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Again, it's Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd down, Cook. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They'll run for it. Cook going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers will get the football back. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver.
And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. 116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities. And he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
And that was a young pup, the rookie being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Able to find Thielen.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards there, a first down. Now Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Cousins. Eluding the pressure right.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling it. His receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like big fish came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records, yeah. Used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris.